businesses and decimate that down through the communities. It actually, if everyone created one job, it's 80,000.
Let me bring in Mark Sharry, because you must come across this now as you canvass across Sligo, North Leitrim, communities devastated by unemployment and families devastated by emigration, something they thought they'd never see again in their lifetimes.
But yes, the situation in Banagher is replicated throughout the country and the challenges are immense. But the important thing now is that we focus on the solutions. And within the plan which our new leader Micheál Martin was announcing in Dublin this morning, it outlines the creation of 150,000 jobs over the coming years and a further 150,000 spin-off jobs. And in the context of the regions such as Banagher in the Midlands, indeed here Sligo, Leitrim, the Northwest, and Wicklow, where Andrew Doyle is from, it's vitally important that any plan takes the appropriate cognizance of those regions and how they can contribute. And in that context, agri-food and tourism have huge potential to build upon the many hundreds of thousands of jobs that they currently have. And in that context, the new Fianna Fáil manifesto, which was just announced by our leader, will prioritise those areas.
What do you think, for example, of Labour's plan for a specific jobs fund, €500 million set aside to help to stimulate job creation?
Well, the first thing I want to say is new politics is not about criticising any meaningful plan that can create jobs, but it would seem clear to me that there seems to be substantial disagreement and criticism from Fine Gael of the Labour's plan and Labour of the Fine Gael plan, and certainly there are inconsistencies in it. I think that the important thing that's evident from Micheál Martin's plan as announced this morning is that our plan is coherent, it's up and running substantially, it is producing job creation, as we saw some 11,000 jobs created by foreign direct investment companies last year, and I think that is an issue that needs to be focused on.
Okay, John.
I agree, it's not a time to be negative or scoring points, but the plan that we do know that's not working is the Fianna Fáil strategy, because the central bank, it's not my view, it's not Labour's view, the central bank said this week they've downward reviewed their projections for growth. The economy is flatlining, more retailers are going out of business, small businesses are struggling. I agree with Andrew that we need to help that sector, and the Labour Party policy of a strategic investment bank to free up capital, to free up cash flow, that's vital. Yeah. Also,
there are also significant disagreements between your two parties, and if you find yourself in government, are we going to end up with a kind of paralysis where nothing happens because you can't overcome these differences?
I mean, I don't agree with that. I think inevitably when the figures are going to be added up at the end of this general election, a government will be formed, a programme for government will be worked out. It always has been, and some of the most stable governments have been. One that was formed without an election in 1994, and people said it would never work, and it has proven to be one of the most sensible and steady governments and effective governments in recent history. So I don't think you can, and I was amused last night to see, and I'm not here to get into a political slagging match, but I was amused
to see. We're all very disappointed. This is much too civil.
Well, you know, people out there are telling me, the ordinary people, will you stop? We did 1,000 doors this weekend in my own hometown, and everybody says that's the sort of politics we don't want to see anymore. We want somebody who's going to tell us how they're going to get on with it and get people working. But
right. I want to move on, if I might, and we're quite happy to have vigorous political debate as long as everybody listens to what the other person has to say, which has been admirably observed here this morning. Mark, can I turn to the statement, the comments we heard from Micheál Martin a little earlier about Fianna Fáil's ideas for political reform, government ministers who are not members of the Oireachtas, who are maybe brought in from the outside. How would all that work?
Well, I think my generation is acutely aware that our political system and how politics is done over recent generations has failed us. So in that context, I'm very pleased that as with his radical approach in announcing a new front bench, not least in including the likes of myself, that has continued now, and that theme is very much present in the new manifesto, where we see ministers that will be full-time in nature, where we'll have a cabinet who don't continue as members of the All-Ireland as we currently know them, that they'll focus entirely on the job at hand.
You would be elected, just in terms of the nuts and bolts of it, you would be elected, but on your appointment to the cabinet, you would then cease to be a TD. Is that right? Would there be a by-election? Would there be a vacancy to be filled?
No. The plan is that people would be elected in the normal way, single-seat constituencies to be topped up by a national list system to ensure that we have adequate representation with the appropriate expertise And then when a cabinet is appointed, if some of those members, and indeed some can be from outside the Dáil, the Taoiseach of the day could appoint somebody to the cabinet who was not elected to the Dáil, but for those members who were chosen to be members of cabinet, an alternate, which would come from a list that would have to be determined in advance, in advance of election, would replace that TD for the period that they would serve as in cabinet.
Okay.
But
Andrew,
the cabinet
can I
would still remain to be fully accountable to the Dáil, attend debates, but would not vote.
All right, Andrew Doyle, I mean, of course, the Fine Gael government had a member of the government who was not an elected TD. Jim Drew was appointed senator, but he did have to be a member of the Oireachtas.
Well, at that time, Gareth Fitzgerald nominated him as a member.